For as long as researchers have been studying and understanding the universe, the Big Bang has been the single key to understanding it. But what if the Big Bang never happened? Though all of this had to start someplace, what if the starting point was never the Big Bang? Was it so awful of scientists and astronauts to continue wasting their time studying something that never happened? Well, the James Webb Space Telescope made this outrageous, enormous, and shocking discovery that now has everyone's attention fixed on it. So what exactly has James Webb discovered and literally captured that has caused every researcher to reevaluate their former theories regarding the origin of the universe? Watch the video to find out. NASA created the cutting-edge James Webb Space Telescope to look far into the reaches of the universe and back to the beginning of time. And it's already succeeding magnificently. Astronomers have reported a flood of preliminary findings in the 2 weeks since Webb's initial science images and data became available for them to work with, including many contenders for what might be the most distant galaxy ever observed, and possibly something incredibly shocking about the Big Bang. So how did the universe start? How did it become the seemingly limitless space that we're familiar with today? And what's going to become of it in the future? These are the dilemmas that have baffled thinkers and academics for ages, inspiring some pretty crazy and intriguing beliefs. The predominant view among scientists, astronomers, and cosmologists today is that the physical principles that govern our ever-expanding cosmos were also generated during the Great Explosion that gave rise to the universe as we know it. And this theory is what is referred to as the Big Bang. The theory's foundations are pretty straightforward. In a nutshell, the Big Bang theory proposes that the universe's present and past matter both originated at the same moment, around 13.8 billion years ago. At this point, all matter had been gathered into a singularity, which was a tiny small ball with infinite density and extreme heat. When the singularity abruptly began to expand, as it's still doing today, the cosmos as we know it came into existence. Though there have been a variety of theories over time, the Big Bang has been the most talked about and convincing one. However, all of this appears to have been altered as the James Webb Space Telescope has had some startling revelations to make. According to Eric Lerner, the latest James Webb Space Telescope, photos refute the Big Bang hypothesis, which holds that the universe has been expanding ever since it started 14 billion years ago, in a hot and dense condition. Since July 12th, a downpour of technical astronomical publications have been released online. In these papers, the authors repeatedly note that the photos reveal a very large number of galaxies that are unusually small, smooth, and old. However, the sheer number of galaxies seem to have induced a state of panic, and the galaxies themselves look excessively unique and incompatible with the Big Bang theory. Was there a Big Bang that just never happened? Was studying the Big Bang really a waste of so much effort and so many individuals' hardships that even kept hundreds of researchers up at night? How did the cosmos begin exactly? Was everything a lie, or was it just a created theory that somehow felt accurate? Well, practically all scientists, researchers, and cosmologists have been in a state of literal shock due to these questions. The team examining the photographs that James Webb published has provided the most concise explanation, which states that if the cosmos is expanding, a weird optical illusion must exist. Galaxies, like any other object in an expanding universe, don't get any smaller as they're observed from a greater distance. They appear to be larger and larger as you pass a certain threshold, due to the theory that their light should have dissipated when they were nearer to us. In regular, non-expanding space, objects appear larger in relation to their distance. This is a stark contrast. In other words, all the galaxies that the JWST reveals are exactly the same size as the galaxies that are close to us. This suggests that the universe might not be expanding at all, but rather that it is of a fixed size, which is obviously not what the Big Bang hypothesis suggests. Literally, the two observations are at odds with each other at this point. The JWST photos indicate a pattern of getting smaller and smaller. Even galaxies with more illumination and mass than our own Milky Way seem 2 to 3 times smaller in these photos than in the identical Hubble Space Telescope images, and the new galaxies have redshifts that are 2 to 3 times greater. This is contrary to what one might expect from an expanding universe. Yet it matches exactly with what researchers predicted using a non-growing universe with redshift proportional to distance. One of the Big Bang's theory founders, Paul Steinhardt, has now even criticized the theory as being incorrect and scientifically worthless in the wake of all these publications becoming public. The inflation idea, according to which the cosmos first expanded at a rate many orders of magnitude faster than the speed of light, is a key tenet of the Big Bang theory. However, investigations have been unable to demonstrate proof of cosmic inflation, and the hypothesis has been dogged by perplexing issues ever since it was first proposed. In addition to all of this, other scholars have stated in this published report that the Hubble telescope, which was deployed into space sometime in 1990, demonstrated the same thing, and it's always been in their minds that the universe isn't expanding, as stated in the Big Bang theory. This is contrary to what one might expect from an expanding universe. We had already published results based on Hubble Space Telescope photos in 2014, showing that galaxies with redshifts up to 5 fitted the assumptions of non-expanding, ordinary space. So we were convinced that the JWST would demonstrate the same thing, which it has. And this was clearly mentioned in the report. Furthermore, if the Big Bang hypothesis is correct, there must be no galaxies older than the Big Bang. Therefore, researchers predicted that as the JWST gazed further out in space and back in time, there would be fewer and fewer galaxies, and eventually none. A cosmic dark age. However, a report to be published in Nature shows that galaxies as huge as the Milky Way are common even hundreds of millions of years after the proposed Big Bang. The new photos, according to scientists, demonstrate that there are at least 100,000 times as many galaxies than theorists projected at redshifts greater than 10. There's no possibility that many huge galaxies could be created in such a short period of time, hence yet again proving that there never had been a Big Bang. Well, it was now become nearly impossible to publish articles critical of the Big Bang in any astronomical journals because, according to the published literature, the Big Bang currently makes 16 incorrect predictions, and one correct one: the abundance of deuterium, an isotope of hydrogen that isn't enough to take up the space for the possibility of a Big Bang ever happening. Ultimately, when images captured by the James Webb Space Telescope were released on July 12th of 2022, everything seemed to have fallen into place as NASA's James Webb Space Telescope gave the clearest image of the early universe after the Big Bang. However, it now appears that a deeper study has changed everything. Nevertheless, there's no doubt that the James Webb Space Telescope is likely to make a significant contribution to our understanding of the universe, which surely has left everyone anticipating more. Well, everybody, with this we've reached the conclusion of this video. Click that subscribe button if you're a new visitor to our channel, or if you felt like we earned it, I don't know. And we'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.